Hail and well met. I am Mr. Eager DM at your service, and my friends and I welcome you to Trapped by Hope, a live stream Dungeons & Dragons broadcast presented by Lawful Stupid RPG. Tonight we continue our expanded and enhanced descent into Avernus. Our players this evening are Silas the Paladin Fighter, Rim the Ranger Paladin, Typhon the Wizard, Jax the Rogue, Zelmira the Monk, and Falkran the Cleric. Welcome, players. Persephone the Bard is absent again this evening, but we expect her to return in a few weeks. As you know, oh no, there she, God, she shrank.
She's been polymorphed.
That's not how that spell works.
Actually, technically, that would be a de-aging spell. I don't know.
My friends, it is time. I extend my hand, inviting you to step with me into fantasy. Release your hold on that which you know to be true, and let imagination rule for the next few hours. Last time, Conscript Group 14 set out from Fort Knucklebone with Mad Maggie and some of her minions as an escort. Their destination was Bell's Forge, a powerful demon and former ruler of Avernus. They hoped, with Amonazro's help, to gain in him a powerful ally for a coming attack on Archon the Cruel, servant of Tiamat, the Queen of the Dragons. To get to Bell's Forge, they would need to traverse the Tube, a heavily guarded tunnel passing underneath the River Styx. In exchange for her escort, Maggie required the destruction of a nearby hellwasp nest that was annoying her. After a fierce battle, Conscript Group 14 defeated the wasps and their queen, earning Mad Maggie's aid in confronting the Yugoloths that inhabit this winding tunnel underneath the River Styx. Adventurers, you have succeeded, and on this small island that is in the middle of a lake of acid, you are resting after your intense fight with all of the wasps in this nest. You have heard from the shore the distant call of Mad Maggie saying that she will make sure that your rest is unimpeded, at least as far as she can make it. So as you recover from your wounds and gain a level, now that you're level 10, you have now some time to yourself. What would you like to do prior to your long rest?
Keep knocking on the statue until he wakes up.
All right. Hasn't quite been the requisite amount of time, but does anybody have anything?
How much longer do we have on that clock?
She said it would be about 12 hours.
And how much time has passed?
About 7 hours.
All right.
It's difficult to slate, but hard to take for granted. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
If I could throw this across the pond, Ryan.
That's why you're here.
You're all marbling at me right now. I know.
Sorry.
So good.
And that's why Sean froze me for an entire game.
I was just gonna say that's exactly why.
Wonderful. It was absolutely magic.
Sean's like, I never knew I was so close to heaven and hell.
But I mean, some of you are quite wounded, so a rest with no attempts at conversation or any of the things that you have at your disposal would be fine. There are some items which would need to be identified. That takes some time. The determination of who gets said items. You also have other things in your possession that you have yet to puzzle out.
Can you refresh some memories, Sean? And by some, I mean mine.
I was referring to this length of cloth that you have that is apparently far more powerful than it seems.
So I can't get anything from it, then putting it on
Not a
doesn't
thing.
do anything. Okay, I hand it over to Typhon then.
I will first cast the tiny hut to give us some
So you all
extra cover and protection.
get off of the bloodstone and go inside the hut. Immediately, of course, the temperature lowers, the intensity of the fierce, oppressive nature of Avernus is lessened, and you are able to relax a bit.
As Typhon is casting it too, you can see that the sort of greenish energy that sometimes is summoned and is cast off by his magic sort of swirls around the entirety of his body for the entirety of the casting. Almost like a layer of magic completely encompassing his entire body as he's casting. And we'll finish it, and then the same thing will happen after the hut is cast. When he starts casting Identify again, there will be this shimmer of magic covering his entire being as he casts.
Does this represent a more in tune Typhon with the weave, or is this?
It does, yes. As anytime he is concentrating on magic, he is empowered with a bonus to armor class and saving throws.
Very cool. So, tiny hut goes up. What else would you like to cast?
Just identify the stuff.
So you've identified. I believe we went over last time what all it was. You did find the wondrous figurine of wondrous power. You found the ebon fly.
Found
Sekhmet's
as I recall.
And the
I found Sekhmet's Ankh.
Yes, you did find Sekhmet's Ankh.
And the
Is there
amulet.
anything? Sorry, Jade. Go ahead.
And the amulet, sorry.
Right, and her amulet.
Yeah. Is there anything that Zelmira could like piece together from studying those, or ought she to hand them to Typhon?
Typhon has recognized that the Ankh is possessed.
Yes.
But so far there has been no contact made.
Okay. So how would contact be able to be made?
You can try various things.
What's funny is that I don't know what to try. So
that's kind of how this game works in some places. There's some things, you know.
Soul spaghetti at the wall.
What? Did you say throw it at the wall?
The soul spaghetti.
DM
So it's throwing
message.
spaghetti at the wall. Soul
Right.
spaghetti.
Throw it at
Secret
the wall.
DM message. You have to read your character sheet.
Well,
No, you don't. It's
Not
not
you.
It's
Collectively.
collect.
The royal you.
well, I was just going to say that Zelmira would be puzzling over the Ankh, and would kind of just pose the question to the group at large about if there's anything that have they experienced something like this before? Because it would be new to me as far as I am aware. This sort of
I think you've got to summon a Kraken hype train.
Yes, thank you so much for everybody for starting that off for us. When we get to the end of the train, we will definitely talk about our thanks for the people who have donated. But it has happened. You've summoned Klaus. But, so yeah. So does anybody have any ideas of anything that Zelmira could do for the figuring out what this Ankh? I will say, Zelmira is positive that this is the same Ankh from her vision, and also the same one that Sekhmet wore when you knew her in life.
yeah, I felt good about that. I just don't know how to break it, how to crack it.
Do you want me to see if I can open it?
With what method?
Needle?
I mean, needles worked to mend things before, right? You use needle to fix my glass piece. Have you used needle for things like this, like trying to get in touch with us? I mean, the object's possessed, so I'm just.
What does that mean?
Well,
What was the question?
What does that mean?
What does
Possessed.
what mean? Oh.
Is there an imp inside? Because I'll kill it.
No,
I don't know the
don't
meaning of
think
possession.
it's-
How interesting. And
Oh,
it's,
possession. Well, it's yours, isn't it?
It's mine?
Well, you picked it up.
Oh, as in I own it. I now possess it. Well, okay, so there's different ways in which people can use possessed, and in this case, in the same way that a soul coin would trap the soul of the person inside it, my guess is that Sekhmet's soul is trapped inside this Ankh.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could break it open.
That could release her soul, but it would likely release it to whatever afterlife she was headed to. Is that what you intend to do, Zelmira?
She wanted me to return her amulet and the Ankh to a certain place. So that's what's happening.
Seems to be what she implied.
Exactly.
She wished to be returned to the land where she was revered as a goddess.
And do you know the place?
Honestly, most of the time when she started talking about it, I stopped listening because I found it boring. So I'll have to think about it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, super fun. Oh no. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
I'll do it for you. Beep boop pop.
Achoo!
That was
Excuse me.
double loaded, that one.
Yeah, I sneeze in multiples. Okay. Beep boop bop. Cracking dice. I rolled 14.
14. Mulharan
Plus. Yep.
is the name of the land that she is from. It is
Mulharan?
far, far, far to the east of the lands that you are familiar with.
Okay. Well, then I would share that information.
All right.
This may be a simple question, Zelmira, but have you thought of simply extending your mind to the Ankh and seeing if she can receive your thoughts when you hold it?
That's not something I've been able to do before. It wouldn't be my first thought. Is that something all of you can do?
I can speak to lots of people.
I can receive, like you've spoken to me before, Jax, but I don't know if I could do that. I guess it would be worth a try. So can I do that, DM? Try to
All right, so you hold
extend
it
my
and you-
mind.
and you wish to try to communicate. What do you want to say?
I would just, were it not immediately obvious, let Sekhmet know that it's Zelmira and that I want to be able to put her at peace, to help her be at peace.
All right. So you hold it, and there is a warmth that comes from it that you're much easier to detect it here in the tiny hut. That instead of it having this sort of oily corruption which the heat from Avernus has, this has a more of a heat that resembles a hot wind on the prime material. And you hear the sound of sand blowing in your ears, and coming to you. You found me.
Yes.
I'm so glad. I feared I would be lost for eternity.
I'm going to do everything I can to try to get you back home.
Yes,
Are you okay?
I have faith in you, my friend.
This makes me sad. I won't.
Sally, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just was able to make contact with my friend.
Make contact with her.
Yeah, I tried doing the mind extension thing that apparently Jax does, and Rim suggested it, and it worked. So I just need to get her back where she needs to be.
Seems to be a theme. Displaced people. We've
Hearing
been
that-
successful with Rim. We can do it again.
Thank you.
You were saying, Rim?
Hearing displaced people, Rim kind of hangs his head and pulls out his journal and continues to just read and reread the passage that Persephone wrote to him in the corner of the hut.
Very well. Does
Just
anybody
quickly,
else have any? Oh, go ahead.
we did
Oh, yes,
complete a level 1 hype train. Massive thank you to
Yay.
Alias for 600 bits, Monica 13 for 100, Dark Horse 1975 for 100, and Buddy for 2 gifted subs. That's equivalent of around 1,000 bits, Sean. So 2 D20s
Fantastic.
or a healing potion.
2 D20s, sure. Here it is. Who gets stuff? At the top, we have, Silas with a natural 20.
But I already have
Typhon
one.
roll off.
Well, if you already have one, then it will go to the one below you.
I already have one.
Oh, really? So it's Typhon and...
Typhon and Rim are both 17.
Ooh.
So
So Typhon,
and
you have a D20 inspiration.
It's
I
2.
do not.
You do now. Who else?
The DM.
Persephone.
And me.
Then DM.
There you go.
Doesn't? Don't you have like 17
Yeah.
inspirations by now?
Yeah.
DM.
That's, you keep wondering why I'd roll so well.
So you should pass it on to Jax, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely used.
Well, massive thank you to you guys. That's a level 1
Yes,
hype
indeed.
train, and that's
We
a
appreciate that
$5
so much.
gift card on top of the $15 after the break. So thank you guys.
Very cool. Does anybody have anything else they wish to do?
Well,
We're going to offer a brief prayer to Vandria, but that's a solitary thing.
You rest in the tiny hut and slowly begin to drift off. And right before you do, there's a cracking sound that comes from outside in the bloodstone.
Rim will immediately go out to make sure Falkren is okay.
All right, so Rim, you come up and you see that there's a large crack in the granite statue, which is slowly spreading out, little micro cracks that lead from it, and then 2 cracks connect and a piece falls off and falls on the ground and crumbles into dust. You see flesh beneath it, and little by little, you see Falkren returning from her petrified state. Falkren, please roll a D100 for me.
it's all a system shock. You might die here.
All right. Falcon's gonna go ahead and roll those beautiful Kraken die.
Check out the severity of hibernation sickness.
Indeed, right. Who's there? Someone who loves you. There it is.
That's totally what's happening. Sight, Rim return.
Love it.
Time.
96.
That's not good.
96.
You're
That's
blind
not-
for
is that-
96 hours.
Low numbers are better in Sean's game.
Oh no!
That's how much your hair grew.
Okay.
Yeah?
So, as Falkren's form begins to rid itself of the dust and stone, almost as if it's coming out of a plaster mold, you see she is still holding the staff in her hand, which is also drops out of the stone form. You can see Quietus at her side. You can see the spell guard shield on her back, and you can see a quiver on her leg that holds the javelin of lightning. And as she comes out of the petrified state, you look and you see the javelin stays stone and does not return with her. But Falkren,
I hate this whole roll high and bad things happen to you. That just feels so mean.
Falkren, you come to, opening your eyes. The last thing you remember was Mad Maggie handing you this staff, which she said was the staff of her greatest enemy. It appeared to be broken into 3 pieces, but the top, the head piece of it, was definitely the holy symbol of Ilmater.
Which I recognized, yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. I was like, it's like, I may have forgotten lots of things, but I still have my religion proficiency, so.
And as you hold it, there's a pulse that you instantly attune to this item. Goes through you, and with a deep breath, the rest of the stone that's on you just crumbles and falls away. And holding this staff, the piece of it in the middle, it feels like a full staff. And as you hold it in your hand, the top part and the bottom part are detached from the center part, but they hover a few inches away so that the entire staff is floating in 3 different pieces. But as you hold the middle part, it feels like a full staff to you, and you can move and step with it as if it was full, although it is clearly in 3 pieces. The top part has the symbol of Ilmater at the top with streams of red hanging down. The middle part that you're holding onto is wrapped in red leather very tightly, and the bottom is, you can see, barely glowing, some runes written in Celestial that go around the bottom of the staff.
I like it so much. Okay, so in terms of martially speaking, does it function as a quarterstaff, or would it function as...
You could use it as a quarterstaff. It does not have a bonus to hit or to damage, but it would definitely count as a magic weapon.
Cool. So, all right. So I emerge from the stone.
Do you speak Celestial?
I sure do.
All right. So at the bottom, you can see the runes as you look at them. It's a passage from a scripture that details Ilmater's ascension to godhood. And it says, "And he looked out over the rods and whips, the screws and racks, the chains and shackles, the maiden's casket, the wheel. He smelled the fear in the air and saw the blood on the floor. And he said, I know
who my enemy is."
Yes. So, and you can see, it should be in your character sheet on D&D Beyond. It gives you all kinds of funky stuff. Make sure you attune to it so that all that funky stuff is on there. And also, please
absolutely
pay close attention to Fatigue of the Sufferer at the bottom. It's a thing this staff has that other staffs do not.
Yes. So, Sean, just as a point of clarification on the Fatigue of the Sufferer. So, for those of you playing along at home, whenever a charge is expended from the staff, I can attempt a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. Upon a success, the spell is cast as normal and the charge is expended. Upon a failure, the spell is still cast and the charge is expended, but the wielder suffers a level of exhaustion, and I may willingly fail this save if I choose to do so. So,
there's a little confusion there. I think upon a success,
thank you.
The spell is cast as normal and the charge is not expended.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, because I was sitting there going like, but that's the same.
Right.
Except I'm just exhausted, which I'm a dad. I'm already exhausted.
So you can just, as long as you succeed on the Constitution checks, you're just you're not excited.
So I won't burn charges.
So what it comes down to is you can choose to suffer a level. I don't think I wrote this very clearly. And
okay. So what it is instead of burning a charge I can take an exhaustion.
Point of exhaustion, exactly.
When you fail or when you succeed the check.
Would you? So, you cast the spell. If he, whenever a charge is expended, you make the Constitution check. If you succeed, no problem. If you fail, then you can choose. No, if you succeed, you can choose to do a level of exhaustion instead of using a charge.
Upon a successful save, you may choose to expend your own internal energy, suffering a level of exhaustion, but preserving a charge.
On a successful save, the spell goes off as normal, the charge is spent, that's that.
Right.
If I fail the save... Wait.
Okay, we'll figure this out. I'm gonna write this out in a way that's a lot more clear. A lot more clear.
You are now witnessing fatigue of the DM at this point.
Yeah, I think when I wrote this down, I had it one way for a little while, and then I went and changed it, and I combined the two, so now it's completely a mess. I'm going to make sure that it's
pronouns, pal.
You probably asked me to write it. That's why it's rubbish.
Anyway, we will return.
It doesn't say nice one in it, so it's clearly not you.
Oh, okay.
Right, exactly. Falkren, you are back in the Bloodstone with no understanding of how you got there and what has happened the last however many hours.
And are we still... we're surrounded by an acid lava pool thing, right? You went from being in a fort, Knucklebone, with Mad Maggie, to suddenly being surrounded by green acid everywhere.
Rim will put out a claw to steady you and make sure that you don't fall.
Are we... We're no longer in Knucklebone. Where are we?
We are on an errand for Mad Maggie, and he will point to the nest above. We ridded that home of hell wasps for her in exchange for safe passage to meet Belle. You've missed a lot in several hours.
I remember this staff, and then she looks down at her hands and sees the staff of the broken one, and then everything stopped.
You were petrified.
Was anyone else hurt? Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay?
We're okay. We're okay. Come into the hut.
Yes.
We'll fill you in.
Sorry, but she can't. Realized she was waking up so soon.
Why can't she?
That's right. You can restart the rest if you'd like, but I can't allow her in.
I will go out with her, Falkren. We can talk and catch up.
Yes.
See if you can muster the energy.
Yeah, that's all. I appear to have acquired an imp. Very fussy.
Very well. So, as of course, with Falkren needing to be out in the Bloodstone tonight, since, yes, indeed, the person must be present when the spell is cast. Good catch, Typhon. Those of you who are able to spend most of the next 8 hours in the hut, you receive a long rest. However, Falkren, I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
And I use my ice breath to give her advantage on it.
Yes. If you are very careful and you freeze only the area around her as opposed to just blowing it right on her face.
In her face, yeah. No, I'll create a little air conditioning cone in the inside part of the...
Well, so now that would work. That would work for maybe 15 minutes. No, she can't roll with an advantage on that.
Okay, I tried.
Can't Typhon just recast a spell?
He's like
10 minutes.
What?
It doesn't. Actually, I'll do that. It doesn't interrupt. It shouldn't interrupt a long rest. Actually,
it doesn't.
So.
No, yeah,
okay.
It wouldn't at all.
Okay,
so you
just
just
do it. Recast.
You recast it. All right, there it goes. So Falkren, you are able to get the long rest. Everybody gets the long rest. Please mark your character sheets accordingly, and you are all now officially level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, is Falkren gonna, since with the armor class, is she gonna go all Gandalf with staff and sword, or is it gonna be
Gonna be more
shield
like when he
and
used
staff.
Radagast and it just sputters.
Well, it's a question of what all your attunement slots are, Falkren.
Currently, in my
just hanging on to 2 legendary items at the same time, no big deal.
oh yeah, absolutely, not even a little bit. So yeah, because I've got what? Yeah, so like I'm currently my attunement slots are all slotted up, but
Who would use the sword if it's not?
And that's the other thing, and Quietus has apparently also leveled up a little bit. It is now Quietus 2, Electric Boogaloo. But
Well,
yeah. So, but it's a great sword now. So I'm not sure if there's anyone in the party.
Really? Disregard, please.
And by that I
changed
mean
it for a different campaign, and it's apparently it changed it across all campaigns. It's still
I was looking through the level up and I was like, oh, Sean Anderson, you sly little devil, you.
It is just the same longsword that it's always been, a +1.
Okay, excellent. So still the weapon I have.
Corpse Breaker.
Okay, lovely. Then I disregard. Okay, but that being said, so Falkren is definitely like she's transitioning to more of a spellcaster. So, however, Quietus can only be bestowed upon someone of it's either be a cleric or a paladin, and so should there come a time where she must give over the blade, I could see that happening.
We have 2.
Quietus is not a legendary weapon. Quietus is just a.
Technically, I only have one. I just have one legendary weapon, and it's not even a weapon. It's the shield.
I see.
So.
I was looking at Quietus 2, and it says weapon.
Right.
Legendary,
No, it's not.
so.
When I changed it for the other campaign, it definitely became a legendary weapon. It is not in this campaign. It is a +1 corpse breaker.
Yeah.
So, paladins in the group, that would be Silas and Rim, actually. So, it is up to you all how that is bestowed.
You can't wield it. I will hold it for you.
It's in the fire.
You cannot wield it.
None of us can.
Share
None of us
the
can.
load.
I could carry it for you.
Are you giving up Quietus, Falkren? It's been your companion through many dangers. But and I'm totally cool if you don't. But that is something to think about.
What is the reason for giving it up exactly?
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was
what
kind
is
of
the
wondering
reason for giving
myself.
But given the fact that out of game for a moment, getting a little meta, like Falkren is looking to transition. So I'm gonna have her transition more to like spellcaster, and with my lack of armor, it sucks to throw myself into the front line and get all murdered by Sean all the time. So, and I also hear that there's other paladins.
For that now.
Yeah, I also hear that there's other paladins in the room who need melee weapons as opposed to, ranged stuff all the time. But
I'd be happy to carry it. I'd be happy to, if we keep fighting on the Bloodstone, my quarterstaff is not nearly as effective as Quietus would be.
Yeah, and Rim do a great job as a human dragonborn shield.
Yeah, a dragon meat shield. Yeah, that was.
Yes, indeed. The finest of meat shields.
Right. He repairs really
We were
well.
chumming with dragonborn. It was great.
Well, is that a firm decision, or do you want to wait until the?
Oh no, we'll weave a story for this one. We're not
Very
just gonna
well.
off. Come
I
on
like
now. We role played. Damn it! All right.
So, despite having been stone the entire day, Falkren, you are remarkably well rested. You feel quite chipper and ready to go. And everybody else sleeps and relaxes.
Chip off the old block.
We won't bother with watches or anything like that, because with Mad Maggie guarding, ostensibly, you are all very tired. So those of you who have the ability to stay up can, but for the most part, you all relax and sleep. And after 8 hours, the tiny hut disappears, and the gloom and doom of Avernus rushes back in. So, there you all are. Silas, getting in here on the Bloodstone, now that you have seen the paths, there are huge grooves in the causeway that comes out here. You can simply follow your tracks back. If you stay completely exactly in line with where you were, you know that that way was safe, and so the way out is also safe. And you pilot the Bloodstone back out of this mire, away from the Hellwasp nest, and back onto the relatively safer shores of Avernus. And you see there Mad Maggie in her chaos machine. Again, this thing that looks like it's equal parts metal and bone and sinew, as she sits in the front of it with her goggles down. She sort of seems to have like fixed herself to it. It's almost as if she is a figurehead as opposed to piloting. And there's a large chair that sticks out on the side, and you can see Chuka and Clonk sitting on it, both of them with Ballista, and Mickey is in there as well, as is Barnabas. You see Barnabas floating inside the interior, green light coming from the interior of the thing, and she looks at you all and says,
Nicely done, nicely done. No more Hellwasps, at least for a time. But now, shall we make our way towards the Styx?
I trust you are suitably amused, yes. Let us go to the tubes.
Yes, amused indeed. Back with us, my dear.
He looks at you, Falcon.
Indeed, I thank you for your gift, Mad Maggie.
Yes. It will be interesting to see what becomes of you and I in the future. But it is useless to me. I prefer the opportunity to defeat its wielder again at some later date.
Well then, I am grateful for the opportunity to take it off your hands. DM, do I know who? They had mentioned Bell, and do I need to? So do I know? I know who Bell is, right? Or do you want me to roll?
You go ahead and roll for a refresher. But
just for something fun to do.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about it in game as characters before.
Yeah. Well, and also with all that, with a 22 on the table from Roll20.
22. He is a devil, very powerful. He was a former ruler of Avernus before before being defeated by.
He was formerly firmer.
Before being defeated by Zariel. It is interesting that he's still around. You would think that had he been defeated and just defeated, that Zariel would brook no rival.
From what I understand, from what I remember of our adventures with Lulu, like Zariel dealt him a pretty savage blow.
This is true. She defeated him quite handily.
Okay. And although yet
he did claim her hand.
Yes. Got to hand it to him. So yeah.
But he is still here.
Okay.
And the party determined that he was your best shot at finding an ally in your upcoming endeavor. But so with a loud Mad Maggie starts her infernal machine and begins to pull away.
Before she goes, can I flag down Barnabas and ask him a question before we depart?
What question do you have for my skull?
One regarding rare components.
Wizard stuff. Barnabas, come and have a conversation.
Yes. How may I help you?
I require an object that can help me hear the way the weave echoes in the foulest howling places of the abyss, in order to call one of its denizens to this plane.
Interesting. I would look for such things on the body of demonic spellcasters.
It's not something. And DM, I'm looking. I would like to look for the. It's all I need is a pickled tentacle and an eyeball in a platinum inlaid vial worth 400 gold. So.
That's all you need, huh?
Yeah.
Easy. What a grocery list, you know?
Tentacles accidentally grow on everything here. We've seen it happen.
It does happen quite often.
You need a pickled tentacle?
And an eyeball. I mean,
yeah. Well, just
is there an infernal Aldi
on those stupid red caps? So we could just take one of theirs.
I was like, we'll just grab a mason jar, make a quick pickle, throw that tentacle in there. You've got your
quick pickle, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Difficult to obtain some of these items in a timely manner. But, seeing as how you have helped me, I will endeavor to find this for you, for a price.
That being...
I am in the mood for a hat, I think.
A hat?
Yes. The finer the better. I wore a hat when I was alive, and I have missed it.
Just Waldo? Is it a Ponzi hat?
What did we end up doing with the
what a horrifying deep cut that would be.
Intellector, we gave it
the Intellector. Oh, that's right.
God,
that's right.
No, he just needs like a skull cap.
Hey.
I suppose that would be appropriate.
Are you cold,
I like my teeth
Barnabas?
quite a bit, actually. These metal teeth.
I do that when I'm
Wish I could
cold.
eat. What did you say,
Okay.
Goblin?
I said, are you cold?
No.
You keep chatting with
At
your
all.
teeth. I do that when I'm cold. I thought that's why you might want a
Anyway.
hat as well.
No, I wanted for the fashion statement. But
Oh, well, I want a hat as well then.
preferably one with some enchantment. I don't particularly care what. Just the status, you understand. A magical hat in exchange for my efforts to obtain and deliver to you.
What
it
about a
is.
magical helmet?
That would perhaps work.
Didn't we find one of them? Recently.
No.
Oh.
Jax.
Swore I found a hat.
An imp sat on his head. It's a goblin, you know.
Peter, could you turn your volume up a bit?
No, I said, an imp
quiet.
sat on his head. It's a goblin. What can you expect?
Well, there you are.
Fascinating hat in. Gosh, what's this show? Owl House. Yes, very good.
Well, if an imp sat on my head, I'd kill it.
So, Is that to your satisfaction, Typhon?
I'm like also just borderline seeing if he wants the quill back, because it's a cool item, but not one I have a ton of use for at the moment. I'm just
sure you don't have a hat.
Are you trying to get me to dump off the actual?
No, he wants a
real
hat.
helm of
It's
teleportation?
literally what I thought of. He wants a hat. It's about the only accessory.
Does anyone have a hat?
Use.
Couldn't he wear a grill now? He's got teeth.
It's already metal.
He has a metal grin.
Metal
We
on
should
metal.
get him a hoodie so he can trail behind the arms flopping in the wind. Great.
Yes. That would be great.
I will
wants
take
the
back
latest
the quill
ringwraith
if
fashion.
you do not have a hat. That is fine. But you would, of course, keep an eye out for a hat, knowing that I was looking for one.
Oh, of course.
I want one now.
Sure, we could find a hat for you somewhere.
Then I will endeavor to find the items you seek, Typhon. Ophiuchus. But I will have the quill back.
I'll hand it over.
I place in the in his.
Do you have a last
Is he
name,
right?
a surname, Barnabas?
I did, but it has long been unnecessary. I'm sure it was something important and fancy. At any rate, we have a journey to undertake, do we not?
Yes, that's quite right, Barnabas. Get back in your hole.
Oh, yes, right away. And he goes back and gets into a little...
Is he the hood ornament?
He's not the hood ornament.
A little spoiler.
He's
my
actually the
God.
gear shift.
He should
Yeah,
be
yes.
now.
Oh, that's even better.
Canon.
Yeah.
Not so
The
hard.
eject button.
Not so hard. You'll wreck the transmission.
The stick comes out and he just
That's why his teeth have been
grab
chattering.
the back.
Right, are you prepared now? Very well. Here we go.
And away Mad Maggie goes.
Not that I'm alarmed in the least, but where the hell are we going?
To see Belle.
To see Belle. To talk to Belle. To talk to Belle. To talk to Belle. Yes. of course.
Yes, to talk to an
talk to
archdevil,
Belle.
in fact.
To talk to the former devil of hell. Yes. Of
The
course.
formerly firmer, yes.
Yes. Yes.
So,
He's had a
Just
hell
like
of a
you,
day.
formerly
leads
much
you-
firmer, but
good lord. Mad Maggie leads you across the plains, huge plume of dust flying up behind her. As you follow her, she seems to be heading directly towards the distant shape of Elturel floating in the air. It gets closer and closer. As it does, you begin to see the signs of the blood war, the cat jumping up far too high for his own good. Okay, yeah, the signs
I thought
of
that
the
was part
blood...
of your description. It was like a hellcat.
I was like, I don't have any notes on a blood ward cat. Jesus, what is that thing?
the signs of the blood war are before you as you get closer and closer, and Elturel sort of begins to loom up from the horizon, and you see the vast cloud of dust and fire coming up from the center of it, and then surrounding it as you get closer, these enormous blade-like flying fortresses just moving across, sending out fireballs down into the midst of it. And as you get close, Mad Maggie begins to veer off slightly, going around the northern perimeter of the main conflict between the devils and the demons. And I'm just going to put you all
Completely-
there for a moment.
Completely understanding the fact that I was stoned at the time. Are we sure Belle was the best choice? I mean, if anybody has a reason to to take it out of any demon in hell, Zariel might be a better option. Because we're looking to take out Archon, correct?
Yes.
And if there's anyone who possibly could, I mean, no offense, we're going for the second place winner in the current game of hell here.
We are, but also this significantly disrupts the status quo.
Huh?
Zariel can continue to fight her blood war, and she would be made lesser by Bell's success.
I see. But if we lose Bell or somehow grievously wound him in the process of having him take out Archon, no loss there.
He's not taking her out.
Indeed.
I see. Again, stoned at the time. Totally understand. You had to make a call.
Why are you carrying a broken stick?
It's not broken, Jax.
Looks broken.
Most things certainly do appear broken when you first look at them. But there is strength in broken things.
Oh, I've got needle back now, so if you need me to have a look at it.
I appreciate that. Should I need anything mended, I shall look to you.
As you pull around the side of the northern perimeter of this battle, you once again witness the horror. You see the blood-red river, and on its banks, raging this heinous battle. It threatens to overwhelm your mind. Once again, you are reminded of just what the word violence means in its ultimate form. Creatures the size of houses pit their strength against each other in the midst of thousands upon thousands of smaller warriors, tearing into each other with blade, claw, and fang. Huge black floating fortresses hang like swords over the battlefield, and they disgorge clouds of imps and terrible balls of flame that create infernos that singe the hair on your skin, even far away as you are. And there's an unending wail of hatred mingled with groans of horror rising up from the carnage, and the stench of brimstone and blood and the oily smoke of burning flesh makes you retch. And Maggie slows down and becomes parallel to you all and says,
"Well, this is a bit of a development. The entrance to the tube is perilously close to this battle. Do you still wish to proceed?"
You agreed to be our escort. Fulfill your part.
I can get to the tube, but I don't know if you all will be able to. It is dependent on your skill and your speed.
See no alternatives.
Very well. Well then,
I can guide you.
May you have one hell of a ride.
And she pulls a lever up where she is, and the entire machine that she is on turns into a huge cloud of gas and begins to float across the battlefield. And you all need to attempt to run the blood roar.
I'm looking for that.
You try to make it to your destination without falling prey to the numerous demons and devils that are attacking each other. Think of it as you're on the outskirts of a wrestling match or a prize fight. The two main combatants are in the middle, but whenever one of them takes a big hit, they fly back and run into the crowd on the outside. So that is what you're going to be dealing with. You're going to be dealing with those that have either are coming to the battle or have been flung out and that happen to see you in their path as you drive along. So you are not going to be facing the might of the Blood War, but you are definitely going to be getting a significant taste. So there is a set of rules that we are going to be following for this. I hope it all works, but I have good confidence. Here is the map. If you look down at the bottom, you will find the Bloodstone. If you would be so kind as to put your tokens on the board somewhere on this black strip that's on the right, just so you can have them on the board for ease of clicking, initiative, that sort of thing. And let's see here. Get some appropriate music. I like this one. So, here are the rules of the Blood War. Running this little game within a game, as it were. I will read them and then I will post them, and hopefully it will become less confusing as we do it. So the first thing that happens is we roll initiative. And on your turn, you can choose to have a normal turn with your action, bonus action, movement, whatever. However, before this round ends, at least 2 players must choose at the top of their turn to roll on the Blood War event table. Failure to do so will result in an infernal machine mishap that will take place at the end of the round. A Blood War event, you roll a d12, and I will tell you what you have rolled. A Blood War event usually has one of 2 results. One of the results is there is an effect that happens that requires a group save. The other effect is an attack from one or more creatures. These creatures represent, they come onto the Bloodstone, either flying by or leaping onto it. The end of this round, you need to have defeated them all. Well, we'll get to that part. So first, one of the ways you can get rid of these creatures is to attack them. Once a creature has lost half its hit points, it is considered defeated. Another way you can get rid of these is to succeed in a skill check. You tell me what skill you wish to use to defeat the creature that's there. I determine whether or not that will work and determine a DC, and you roll. If you succeed, then it is considered defeated. Another way to defeat it is to use a class feature or racial ability that recharges on a short or long rest, or you can cast a spell of 3rd level or higher. Doing so will result in the defeat of the creature. If, by the end of the round, there are 2 or more undefeated creatures still remaining on the board, then that will result in an infernal machine mishap. Here are the rules. Are there any questions?
I think we're just going to need to... You might have to remind us of a couple things as we go, but...
No problem.
Okay.
So, roll initiative, friends. Don't forget to click on your token first. You'll see down here, of course, is the Bloodstone.
DM, as we're rolling into this valley of hell, do we have the opportunity to make any preparations, or are we now in it?
You can use your turn to make a preparation.
We're in it.
You are following a cloud of gas that is Mad Maggie. And if you lose sight of her, you may lose. She knows where the entrance to the tube is. If you lose sight of her, you might not be able to find her again.
And then the option is we either take our turn as normal, or we roll on the
right,
table.
And it will become apparent, if there are creatures that are still around, maybe you want to take your turn to attack. If a mishap occurs, maybe somebody will want to take their turn to try and undo the mishap. If Silas, for whatever reason, wants to change the direction of the infernal machine, that would take something you could do. So you have the option on your turn to just take a normal turn, if there's something to take a normal turn with. But I see Silas, I see Rim, I see Falkrin, I see Jax, I see Typhon, I see Zelmira. Let's do it. At the top of the order,
I'm sorry. Where are the rules posted? If I close it, where can I bring that up again?
So
it's right at the top. right at the top, and we're good.
So Typhon, you are first.
Okay. Nothing's happened yet. Is there an environment turn at all, or is this just go?
There will be environment and turns as you drive. There's obstacles up ahead, and you can see them coming, but they're ways off yet. And there may be other things coming as well.
Okay.
Keep yourself.
Yeah.
And your volume again is quite
okay.
Quiet to my ears.
Me or Peter?
Peter.
Okay. So in that case, I will. I don't really know what to do at this point. I don't know that.
Would it be good to start with the Blood War event roll, since we've got to do 2 of them, and there's nothing else to do?
Well, no, we don't have to roll it. We just have 2 of us just have to take a.
2 of you have to choose to roll.
We
at
have
the
to
beginning
choose
of your
to
turn.
roll on the Blood War. I actually have a thing I can do to help moving forward. Maybe like a protection from evil and good would help maybe moving forward. So that's why I was thinking to do that, and I would actually.
It would
maybe
help
cast
when creatures do arrive. They will get an attack. They're not going to be on the initiative roll because they're essentially there for a round and then gone.
Well, I'm going to get.
An attack.
I will move up and cast protection from evil and good on Silas.
Okay.
And then I will get into the Infernal Screamer, and that will be my turn.
All right. Very well. That brings us to Jax.
I am standing next to Silas and trying to perceive the right way and tell him which way to go.
Okay. It's very clear you're following the cloud of Mad Maggie. Do you wish to roll on the Blood War event table?
I was trying to think of forewarn him of like something that's going to collide, so I could tell him to turn left.
Right, but so there is no reason to do a perception check at this moment. It's not going to help with anything now. So what are the options I can do right now? Attack something or... You can prep if you have any things that you can do to like boost yourself. If you have bless, if you have anything like that, if you want to cast a spell like that.
But we need to do 2.
I'll do an event then.
You can do an event. All right, roll a d12 for me.
Let me get my d12. I haven't rolled a d12 yet for a Kraken. I rolled a 4.
Right. Rolled a 4. All right. As the Bloodstone speeds along here on the outskirts of this, you see a huge swarm of imps descend from the belly of one of these flying fortresses, and they just come down and like one of those flocks of starlings moves around and just swarms around and enters into the main battle area of the Blood War, but a small portion of it got separated and swirls around and begins to head right towards you. I'm going to roll to see who gets stuff. In this case, it's going to be bad stuff. Let's see.
You've perverted my creation.
Zelmira, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw as these creatures. Now, actually, you don't have to make a dexterity saving throw. You can choose to thwart them with a skill check or using an ability. As I said, this is a way to defeat these creatures as they come flying in. This is a little different from one that comes and just stands and fight. This is going to come through, and if you fail, there's going to be an effect. If you succeed, then it won't happen.
So it's just doing it as a reaction?
Yeah, essentially. So what do you do? Do you want to try and avoid this with a skill, acrobatics, athletics? If you want to just shout at them and get them to split, if you want to attack them, or if you want to just try and dodge, these are all things that you could do. Your choice.
Let's
use a key point to automatically succeed.
Or
Or a disguise self for invisibility. I didn't know you could do that, Zelmira.
What? I would actually disguise myself and just become Shane again. So.
All right, so you're using disguise self?
No, I'm sorry. I was being an idiot. Don't listen to me. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's like, how is that going to work?
That's my job.
It won't. I'm just a dumbass. I'm sorry.
She was going to transform herself into Shane and then depart and sacrifice herself and cry all
to be a
over
whole
again.
cinematic moment. So I think what I will do is I'll try to thwart them.
We're using what?
I guess using... Wait, could I just, like, use my stealth and, like, hide?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna try
Roll a
it.
stealth check.
Okay, rolling my Kraken dice. Ooh, 18 plus 7 is 25.
18. So as you see them coming, you back against the bloodstone as it speeds by and put a bit of your cloak over your face, and they swarm around and part around you, not really realizing you're there, just sort of moving on instinct as a dozen or so of these creatures just fly. You feel their wings, you can feel their tails slapping against you as they go past, and you feel them sort of ripping at your clothes, and you begin to lose your balance and almost fall off of the bloodstone, but you manage to, because they had no idea that you were there, move past you. You were sort of hidden into a little nook, and there is no effect. That is a successfully defeated enemy. That's going to bring us to Rim.
I will also roll a d12 then.
Alrighty.
I got a 2.
A 2. Alright. Okay. As you are trundling along, you see diving down and then coming right across the path in front of you one of these flying fortresses, except it's enormous. It's twice as big as the other ones you've seen. You realize you've seen this one before. This is Wrath Ascendant, Zariel's personal flagship, and as it moves past, a feeling of dread washes over all of you. I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from everyone. Keep in mind that you all are benefiting from Silas's aura of protection.
All of us?
For this, yes.
Okay.
And what is this against?
Fear.
Fear, okay. So wisdom save from everyone, right?
Yes, indeed.
Alrighty. Silas, is it advantage from his, from my thing? It's magical effect or just mundane?
It is...
I mean, that's
a little of
protection
both.
against good and
I
evil.
would say with advantage.
I rolled an 18 on my Kraken dice.
All right, Jax, you have failed. Rim, you have failed. Falkren, you have succeeded. Typhon, you have failed, even with a 16. Oh, wait, no. No, with a 16. Did you get to roll with advantage?
Yes. And the plus from saving throws, plus 3 to everybody.
Don't forget the pluses. So plus 3?
Plus 3 across the board.
All right, so if you rolled lower than a 15, you have failed. And you are frightened. You have the frightened condition on you. You can make a roll to throw it off at the end of your next turn. And as it goes by, a fireball fires out and comes and boom, lands right in the midst of you all. I'm going to need dexterity saving throws.
I just rolled a straight dex. Would I get a bonus on that as well? Protection for good and evil?
If you are proficient in dexterity saves, then you would add your proficiency modifier. If you are not, then no.
I rolled a 9.
9.
2 plus 7 is 9.
Plus 3.
Plus 3 is 12.
It's a saving throw, right?
So, those who failed, which is anything lower than a 16, take 27 points of fire damage. If you have succeeded, you take half of that.
Which is 13?
Yes, 27, half of 27 is 13. The Bloodstone, I believe, is immune to fire. So, no problems there. And that is the end of Rim's turn. Silas.
Okay. Does Rim roll at the end of his turn?
He does.
And next. Oh, really? Okay.
Sorry, the end of your on the end. Since you rolled this, it would be the end of your next turn. But everybody else gets to roll at the end of their turn.
I was trying.
Thanks, buddy.
So,
Silas, if you wish, you can drive the. You're on the helm, I assume. The Bloodstone will travel 100 feet regardless of what you do. So if you just wanted to go forward, you can have your attack, bonus action, or your action, bonus action, and all that, whatever you want.
Okay. Was there another question also?
You can't dash to make it faster, though?
It's not going to affect it in this.
Okay.
You could, but it's not going to change the encounter.
I also have a quick question.
Sure,
So
what is
if we are are we on our normal spots on the Bloodstone?
Yeah.
Where we so I usually hide out by the wrecking ball.
Okay.
So do I get cover or half cover on that last?
That's a good point.
Attack.
You
Also, I was real stealthy. I was hidden.
Colors, so a +2 bonus to your dex.
Okay, so then that would have just brought me up to 14.
There you go.
Beans. All right.
So even with Silas's aura protection and the being in the cover of the Bloodstone, there's that damage done. That is.
But she takes half anyway, right?
Right. She takes half anyway because you're a monk. Evasion.
And you take half of that because
ways.
you're a tiefling, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Okay.
So 27, half of that because you're a monk. So 13, half of that is 6. So you take 6 points of fire.
Yay!
Don't tell me D&D doesn't build character.
Silas, what would you like to do on your turn?
So I've got an action, a bonus action, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
And dashing doesn't really make a difference.
It's not going to make a difference.
Turn out the way that it does, right? Yes. Yep. That being the case, I'm going to use my action to cast a spell.
Okay.
That will be Bless.
Bless. Who gets blessed?
I'm driving, so I'm going to get it.
Okay. Blessing goes up for you.
It's like the radio. Yeah.
That's video killed me. Then let's go with the most disadvantaged recently of our little group, Rim and Falcon.
All right, Rim and Falcon, you are blessed.
That's a pity bless.
I'll take it.
A pity bless. All right. Anything else, Silas?
Gosh. I don't think I can smite anything, so let's just go.
All right, so you, on your turn, the Bloodstone moves 100 feet. As it does, a huge wall of fire. Looks like it was meant for something far away, but the remnants of it just shoot across your path. There is a gap which you will have to drive for on your next turn. You will have to spend your action moving into the gap, Silas, or just drive through it. It is your choice. Falkren, are you afraid?
No.
Okay.
You fear.
You have an action and you have
enemy.
You have an action and you have a bonus action and all of that. 2 rolls have already been done on the event table. You don't have to do another one.
All right, lovely. So,
but if you do another one, then that's one that you don't have to do later.
So I thought each round we have to do 2.
You have to do 2.
But if I do one now,
that would be one.
The next round will technically only need 1.
What are you saying that we can?
We could have done them all in the first round. It's 2 per.
2, right?
And we've already done
We can't
at least
bank
2.
for future.
Right.
Okay, I see.
If you just want to, if you just have a death wish, you can do an extra.
So if I choose to roll on the thing, it's not going to help the next round.
No.
Okay, then
that's sneaky.
Yeah, also sneaky. Okay, so then using the Staff of Broken One, I'm going to go ahead and touch Rim. I see him literally just shook to his core, and I'm going to use the Staff of the Broken One to just gently touch him on the head, and you give him resistance to his next save. Now, Sean, this doesn't expend a charge, but does it still require?
It does not. If it doesn't expend a card charge, it doesn't require a saving throw.
Just chicken. Okay, cool. So, Samus, Rim has a D4 and can add that number to one saving throw of your choice.
So resistance is like bless, except for saving throws.
Yes.
And they stack. Bless
yeah, they're two separate things. Bless does attack rolls and skill checks, and resistance does saves.
All right. And then, since resistance was a cantrip, I can still cast my bonus action as a spell, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I don't spell cast very often, friends. I'm usually punching things or getting stuck in windows. So, let's go ahead and summon from the depths of my soul, Steve the Hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon. And
Very good.
Bring him on
Spiritual
board.
Weapon. Yes.
Yeesh. And I'll have him just sort of stay with the car.
All right. The spiritual weapon will not be able to keep up with the car moving at its fastest speed. The car moves 100 feet per round.
No, that's fair. Okay, well then.
But it will be here to use this next round if you need it.
Very welcome.
All right.
Very welcome. All right, so then Steve by my side.
And
All right.
that brings us to Zelmira.
Cool. Okay. So cool. So I will. Let's see. And we aren't being actively confronted by something.
No, at the moment,
yet?
you dealt very handily with the imps that Jax rolled, and the other one the other event was the Ascendant Wrath that came through.
Okay.
I just want everyone at home to know that Steve came in with a whopping 23 to hit, so he was ready. He was ready.
What happened?
So I guess I could do one of the Blood War events.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Don't have to.
Yeah, no. I mean, don't do it. Why?
No. We've already done two.
It won't matter this turn. It won't matter this round.
Oh, we've already
got our 2 for this round.
Well, beans.
Yeah. But you can choose to do it next round.
Action.
I'm at the end of the round.
Right. You can hold an action if you want.
You could hold an action, and you could say when Typhon goes, roll.
Yeah. You could, if you have anything that boosts defense or anything like that, you could do that.
Yeah. Let's see. I will. Actually, disguise self is cool. Or no, I can cast invisibility. I'm gonna catch invisibility.
You can cast invisibility. All right.
On myself.
Zelmira disappears.
I like the idea of catching invisibility.
I'm gonna catch invisibility.
I got the invisibilities.
All right, back to the top of the round. The events have reset. Typhon.
Looking at this enormous flame in front of me, may I cast Dispel Magic to disperse it and allow us a safe way through?
Roll, please.
Because it is. You said it is if a third level spell slot is an automatic.
That's
success.
true. A third level spell slot, but it's not an event. This is an actual environmental thing, so this is not on the sheet. But that is an interesting distinction.
Either way, I thought
it's a very powerful. It's a much larger than any wall of fire that you have seen. So go ahead and roll Dispel Magic on it.
Okay, I'm gonna use. If that's the case, I'm using some inspiration.
You do it.
Well, I've got 24. So
24
that would
is
any spell there is.
Excellent. So you step forward on the front, and you see this huge wall of fire in front of you, and you summon the energy. The green begins to glow around your arms, and a nice path appears before you, Silas, as you are not going to have to spend your turn driving, as Typhon has dispelled the fire in front of you.
Show off. I meant
we dispelled the fire.
Typhon, what would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
didn't light it, but we're trying to fight.
I'm just chilling in the Infernal Screamer here. So
alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Jax.
I am frightened, so I will bonus action hide and hold an action to attack anything.
Holding an action, attack anything that comes to molest you all.
Yeah.
Got it. Excellent. Roll your hide.
24.
24. You're pretty hidden. Now roll a wisdom saving throw.
23.
You are no longer frightened as the Zariel's flying fortress has passed and is now. You can see it actually carving through the blood war as if it's creating a new line of battle in between the demons and the devils. As Wrath Ascendant moves out of the area. So that's going to bring us to Rim.
Now, as a frightened creature, am I unable to make the D12 check?
No, you could totally make the D12 check.
Okay. We haven't done one yet, so I will do it.
Okay.
I got a 6.
A 6. Coming out of the sky is a huge wasp-like creature that at first you think, it's another one of those hell wasps, but it's actually got arms that coming out the front and has sort of a human or a humanoid-like front piece, and the wings are buzzing at such an incredible rate. You find yourself gritting your teeth and crossing your eyes as it begins to bore into your psyche. Let's see here.
I bet its
I'm
name
going
is
to need
Karen.
everybody who is hearing this, which is everybody, to make a Constitution saving throw. Don't forget your resistance rim.
And you're blessed.
Oh, I'm good. I got a 20. 3 plus other stuff.
All right. 8 plus 3 plus... Bless is a D4, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so 13?
13. The DC was 12. Whew. So everyone who failed, this buzzing comes on, and you can't help but fall unconscious as you just fall over, completely oblivious to everything that's happening.
So who's asleep?
Even when I'm invisible?
Even when if you can hear it,
Is that asleep or incapacitated? What is that? Stunned?
In unconscious, you are incapacitated. You drop whatever you're holding, you fall prone, you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws. Attacks against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within at least 5 feet of you. If you take damage, you will awaken.
I've got my attack
who's
off
down?
beforehand, or I'm down.
All right.
Zelmira,
That
you
was
too?
within
Yes,
distance.
you would have,
Yeah, sadly.
as it came in, held actions happen before its thing. So yes, make your attack.
Yeah, because I rolled a 4.
25 to
and then a
hit.
3.
25 is a hit.
Oh, 32 damage.
32 damage, goodness. So let me go ahead and put him on the board here. So as you are falling unconscious from this, as you manage to get your held action off and you fall unconscious onto the machine. Let's see, put him on the token layer as he flies towards you all. And he is going to attack. Let's see. Who gets stuff? Looks to be like he is going after Typhon. So Proboscis comes out and attacks you, Typhon, hitting AC 22.
22, you say?
Do say.
Also, Zelmira, her concentration broke when she passed out.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm no longer invisible.
I get... It's +2 from partial cover, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do 22. Do I want to do the thing? No, I have a staff for this. I will use the staff to shield.
All right, staff shields. There is no damage taken. So that brings us to...
I didn't take half his hit points, did I? I'm assuming.
You did not.
I'm no longer frightened.
No longer frightened. Good. So that's going to bring us to Silas. Silas, he's taken damage from Jax, and if you are able to get him past down below half his hit points, then it's considered defeated.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to hop out and jump on top of the machine and stand on its hood and stab the thing, yeah?
Go for it.
Who is unconscious? Can I see this?
Me. I'm right next to you.
Jax and Zelmira are unconscious.
Pardon?
I'm right next
Everybody
to you.
kind of went. DM, please. Who is unconscious?
Jax and Zelmira are unconscious.
Okay. Well, that just does that then. So I guess I'll just go with an attack. I'm going to pull out my Elven Glaive and slicey dice. Rolling a 20 to hit. That is 14 slashing damage.
And that will take it below half its hit points. So as the Bloodstone begins to move past this wall of fire, the gap in it that Typhon has created, a blast of psychic energy comes up from Jax, and you stand up out of your helm position and slash at it as it goes by, and it heads away. Defeated. And the Bloodstone moves 100 feet.
And I'm going to roll a d12.
So that has to happen at the beginning of your turn. You do that instead of taking your turn.
You get 2 attacks, can't you? So can't he use one of his attacks to kick one of us?
Well, based
Go
on where
punch
he
Jax.
is, he used half his movement to get up to attack. And he would have to move back and leave the Bloodstone unhelmed.
Oh gosh.
To get to
Then we need another. I climb back in using the rest of my movement, therefore being in partial cover, and then we need a roll.
A roll.
We got 2 people left on D12 before the end of the round.
We need at least another one, which brings us to Falkren.
That sounds like I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
All right. So
rolling dice with D&D, my friends. Rolling dice with D&D.
Yeah, that's called role play, actually. All right, friends. So just rolling a d12. Is that the dealio?
Please.
All right, so I take the Kraken d12. I roll it, and it does 10.
A 10. All right.
Oh, that's not a good sound from
Coming
Sean.
out of the sky.
Hell yeah.
Ariel comes back.
Yeah.
3 large vulture-like creatures.
And they want
rock and roll.
And you catch their attention, and they come flying down to give you their grief. Let's see.
Oh, did they lose somebody?
Sorry, not 3, 2. I do apologize.
Oh, Brian.
Good grief.
Grief.
Let's see. Put
I
them
got
on
a
the board
rock.
here. As they come flying down, the 2 Vroks. You've encountered them before. We will do.
I want a rock! All right. Yeah.
At the top, we have Persephone, who's not there. So next up is Zelmira. One of them goes to attack you, Zelmira, at advantage.
But no, she's unconscious. That's rude. All right.
Indeed,
Yeah, come on.
it attacked you
Hey.
first with its beak.
But she's going to get a turn now.
And she's
Yeah.
partially covered because she's prone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hitting
And-
AC 18. You're partially covered. Wait, why would she have partial cover by being prone?
Because I fell behind the...
She was in the
He's inside the vehicle,
wrecking
right?
And she fell into a suit of plate mail, just literally
Each
right
position on this vehicle has different bonuses and
You
things.
guys are good
18 is what I
friends.
rolled.
Yeah,
Is that- what is your
hits.
AC?
17.
17.
Yeah.
All right. I will say that since you did you, when you hid, how did you hid the last round, so you would have had to
Yeah.
have gotten out of the clearly displayed position of being in the thing. So that does hit. So please take 14 points of piercing from the beak.
Dope.
However, you now are awake, but you are still prone, so he does still attack with advantage. When I have a crit. So you take 21 points of slashing damage from his talons. It is not, well, he hit a crit anyway, so never mind. So that is him done. The other one attacks
Ooh, that
Falkren.
multi-attack.
Falkren, I hit AC 16.
I have AC 17.
All right. And then the Talon's attack, I have an AC 19.
I am sad.
All right. I do 16 points of slashing damage against you.
All right.
So that is them as they have arrived, flying and sort of strafing and coming into your area. Now, there only needs to be one of them defeated in order for there not to be a mishap at the end of this turn. But if there are 2 creatures standing at the end of a turn, then we will roll in the mishap table. So,
wait, at the end of it
is
at the end of a round?
At the end of a round.
Yeah,
yes.
round.
At the end of the round.
So, okay. So we should have been front loading these from the start.
You're not wrong.
The good thing is that
we only get 1 turn to defeat if multiples of them come up. It's not once they've been in for a round. There's
Correct.
a mishap. It's okay.
As
All
I
right.
said
Well, we
before,
need to.
Typhon.
So that
Ladies and
forces-
gentlemen.
that forces me and Typhon to take.
Yeah.
You would be a welcome
Yeah.
general on any battlefield, Typhon.
But Zelmira can use key points to the expendable things to.
Yeah,
deflect
remember.
But it
if
doesn't
you
help
use
this
a
round.
skill, or you use something
does.
that uses something that recharges on a
Short
sort of
rest.
long rest, automatically defeated. So,
Oh, a water witch.
She's awake now.
Zelmira, it is your turn.
I'd like
Bueno,
to
problem.
use... Oh my god, what's that? Zelmira pops up. Hi. No, I'm just kidding.
You use everybody to stand up.
Rude.
Yes,
I'm a devil. You're a devil. Wouldn't you like to be a devil?
I'm gonna use my water whip.
Okay, water whip smashes this rock and it goes spinning away, which is an automatic success. It is defeated.
Hell yeah.
On a bonus action.
Yeah. So can I hold an action as a bonus action?
No, you cannot.
Well then, silly me.
Can you wake me up?
Yeah. Can I
Before you go?
Can I slap Jax and wake him up?
So you used half your movement to get up. You would go over then to where he is. Do you have anything on a bonus action you can do that causes damage?
Yeah. I have an unarmed strike.
Only if you use the unarmed strike.
That's
as an attack.
right. Hot beans.
You have a dagger.
That's better than getting attacked at advantage from a monster.
Yeah, that's true.
But doesn't she also have like?
I have darts.
I don't think you could throw a dart as a bonus action.
Damn it.
Give him a foot massage.
Can I give him a foot massage?
Only as long as it doesn't do damage. Sure.
Doesn't do
You
damage.
reached out and you grab his little green foot and you start
I'm like, don't you
trying to
die on me, you bastard.
find that nerve. All right, Zelmira, that's your. And as this turn ends, the final rock, it tries to scratch at the bloodstone, but it's moving too fast and it's moving in the other direction, and you leave it behind in a cloud of dust, and they are gone. That's going to bring us to Typhon.
All right. So with recent recalculations, I think I'm going to be rolling.
Okay.
Where is it? I thought we had a thing here for a second that had them automatically roll. But D12, you said.
I did.
5.
5. So a 5 has already been rolled. So I will go to the next one. Out of the cloud of dust that you have swirling around you, you see 4 of the familiar bearded devils catch sight of you and run at you. Let's get them on the board here.
Must be the Olympic bearded devil team to catch up with our 100-foot.
They appear to have been
They're
lying
in
in wait.
front of us. They're in front
They
of
appear to
us.
have been lying in wait. As they come.
Oh, I
Don't
was
question
doing
the
Olympic
logic of my
theme.
carefully crafted encounter.
But I like
Did
yours
the rock
too.
go away, Sean? Did the
The
rock?
rock, yes,
other
the
rock
rocks.
go away?
Yeah, sorry, the one at the bottom. I thought I got him already. Nope. He is gone.
Swatted.
All right.
Oh
so
gosh, I'm just gonna.
gets
Oh
stuck?
no.
All appear and attack.
Vulture.
Falkren, Silas, Zelmira, and Typhon. So first we have Falkren. The beard comes out. And wait, first let's see. First the glaive attacks, hitting AC 9. Then the beard hitting AC 20. 7 points of piercing damage. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Miss Dwarf, at advantage because it is against poison.
Yeah. Here. Your
Your daddy's doing so well, Zelda.
That's right.
And there's a +3, and you're blessed. There's a +3, and you're blessed. Roll your d4.
Well, so I already used the blessed on the last con save.
It's every.
It's on every single way.
It's recurring. As long as I'm concentrating, it keeps going.
Well, then, thank you for concentrating. All right, so, by the way, players at home, that was a double 5 because
So
roll 20.
5 plus a 3 plus a 2.
So
Yeah.
5, 8.
10.
That gets
5
you to
plus
10.
a 3 plus a 2. 10. Yes.
10.
So 10.
I'm afraid 10 is not enough. You are poisoned. While you are poisoned in this way, you cannot regain hit points by any means. The beard sneaks out and just sends venom into your face in multiple places, and it begins to puff up.
Right.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of
So-
each of your turns.
So that's 10 from that, but that's halved, which is 5.
Right.
And then.
But you are
and
in
then,
poison condition.
Yeah, and then I'm poison conditioned, and I was 17 from the initial attack, yes?
Yeah, 20. No.
20 was what you-
7 piercing.
7 piercing. Oh, well, good, good. I need to calm myself down, Zelda. This is
Yes.
getting crazy.
All right, so that one attacked you. Next up, we have Silas. The glaive comes down to try and get you. You have half cover where you are. The glaive hits AC 17.
That's a miss.
That is a miss. Tries to get you with its beard, hitting with a natural 1. That is not going to hit.
He dies.
Dies. Okay.
I run him over. Yeah.
They actually get onto they're up on with you. So next up we have Typhon with the glaive attack. I have hit AC 24.
Oof.
All right, thump the staff and shield away that attack.
All right, shield goes again, and the beard comes out. I doubt he's going to do that again. No, not even close. So the beard just sort of moves against this arcane field that surrounds you as you barely even look at him as the staff defends you yet again. Then we're having an attack on Zelmira. First the glaive. Hitting AC 19.
Rig.
That hits. Okay, 6 points of slashing, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's the glaive, though, isn't it?
Yes, this is the glaive. They both do Constitution
Oh, wow.
saving throw stuff.
Cracking dice. I rolled an 8
And
plus plus 3, and then do I, because I can't use my modifier unless I'm proficient in it, right?
right. You're not proficient in con saves. So that gets you to an 11, and the DC is 12.
What is
so
your con, Zelmira? What's your
My
con?
con
score?
is +4.
So,
So you
also,
roll, what did you roll?
You have a very finely tuned physique as well that I believe helps you too. I think that's
Oh. I can dodge.
you have a
Got
trait.
+4 to con.
Well,
Yeah,
there was an
am I
You have a
allowed to
trait
roll?
called
Plus
purity
3 is
of
11,
body,
so-
I believe.
Plus, but also +4. Do I get to do?
You get that as
that
well.
gets over
yeah.
12 automatically.
Oh, okay,
She's already
so-
over 12.
Yeah, okay, then you're over 12. Then you succeeded. I was going
And I'm
to...
a dork. Sorry.
Seemed a little
She's
odd.
she's
Oh
also
my
immune
God,
to
you're a
poison
dog.
You're also immune to poison.
as a monk.
I'm also immune to poison.
You're immune to poison.
I don't know if you guys knew, but monks are immune.
We know now,
disease.
and so do you. So you just take.
I knew.
More you know.
So from the 24, you take 8 points of slashing if you haven't already. No, sorry. From the 19, you take 6 points of slashing, and the beard hits with another crit. So 18 points of piercing, but you don't need to make a save because you're immune to poison. And the last one to attacks. Let's see. It was. Was
that
it
4?
Was that 4?
Attacked 4, I think.
Typhon, Silas,
that was 4. Yep, they all have attacked. So that's Typhon done. Jax.
Oh, I'm unconscious, so I'm just going to roll a dice.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't wake up from that.
You cannot.
Unless
somebody wakes you.
Do a D12 when he doesn't have an action to sacrifice?
Yes, he can.
Oh, I don't know why I'm rolling again. I've already rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Alrighty. Okay. Galloping out of the dust is another creature. This one, for those of you who've had any experience with the Feywild or Fey creatures, you immediately think it's a centaur. But as it gets closer, you see it is definitely not a centaur, as its body is much larger and its horns are fiercer, and his head is bowed down, has claws into his hands, and a huge serrated tail.
An Elktar?
Let's see, where did I put him? This is an Armanite. One moment, please.
I want another baby.
There we go. Out it comes.
No.
Coming right at you all, and it is going to attack.
I don't want a baby, and that is an objectively cute baby.
It's going to attack Falkren. It comes up to you, Falkren, and it makes 3 attacks. Oof. The first one is its hooves as it rears up and strikes at you as the machine drives by, hitting AC 10. That's going to be a miss. It tries to claw you, hitting AC 12 with a miss, and its tail swings around with a 25, which is a hit. 18 points of slashing. All right, Rim.
So,
yay!
If I use my ice breath to create a little patch of ice for the centaur-like creature, and it slips and runs into all the bearded devils, knocking them off of the bloodstone, right? That's how that works.
I will allow you to defeat one of the creatures with your ice breath.
Yes, that will be my my
so
deflection
you use
this turn.
your ability. The Armanite rears back. Doesn't appear to have damaged him overly much, but he was not.
Oh, should have defeated the bearded devils. No.
I think the Armanite was the one to do. I think those are going to be easier to deal some damage.
So?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta get 2 out of 4.
It's difficult to see on here. The bearded devils are all medium-sized creatures. The one coming at you is a large-sized creature.
And he's right in front of me, right in front of this thing which I'm driving.
But you could sideswipe him on the start of your turn.
Well, who got whacked?
Who did you do? Who did you defeat?
What? Oh, you're asking me. You're asking.
I was throwing it to the universe.
I'm pretty sure you said the Armanite. We're going to go with that. The Armanite rears away from the breath, clearly not expecting it, and gallops to the side as he attacks and then is defeated, no longer wishing to deal with you on the Bloodstone. I moved the wrong one. Is that going to be your turn then, Rim?
I think so. I can't bonus action wake up a gremlin, so
that's all I got. I'll do the most damage and no one's waking me up.
You should have included him in the...
I did say, am I included in that ice breath? No one replied.
Yeah, can I?
No. So that's Rim's turn's done, and that brings us to Silas.
On principle, I'm going to do something other than that. Yes, now. Deliberately. If I use some ability, then does it get us through the round? Or
if you do an ability, that targets more than one creature, then they're both considered defeated, as long as it's an ability that is recharged on a short or a long rest.
Okay, then let me make sure. Just a quick check. I'm going to use half my movement to come out, and I'm going to use a superiority dice.
Okay.
Which is a D8. I'll go ahead and roll that now. Boink. And I'm going to use precision attack.
All right.
So I'm going to attack Pink.
Pink, got it.
Sorry, I just rolled the wrong thing. That's... I would be stuck with the 2, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yep.
D&D Beyond. So I would be hitting a 25 AC.
That is quite enough to hit.
At the very least.
And is that 2 added to the 10 for damage? Or is that to the attack?
Just the roll, just the attack roll.
Just the roll. All right, so 10 points of damage from the first attack. Got it.
And it is a short rest feature, though.
That is a short rest feature.
Oh, right, of course. That definitely does defeat.
Then I make a second shot, but 13 AC probably misses.
It actually does not miss. 13 is their AC?
It's 12 points of slashing damage to yellow.
To yellow. All right, so that was just damage. That was not an ability, right?
Correct, but I did expend a short rest ability.
Yeah, so that's great. So you definitely defeated Pink. Yellow has been damaged, and you still... I assume you want to get back in the...
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to crawl back in.
All right, and the Bloodstone moves another 100 feet on your turn. As you see coming up here, you see this is the site of a huge path of destruction. There are bodies and blood and rubble in your path, and directly in front of you is the body of an enormous creature. You will have to decide whether or not you want to...
Speed bump?
Right. Well, it's actually going to be too big to be a speed bump. You'll have to either move around it, you'll have to try and drive around it one way or drive up around on the other way, or you could potentially go right through it, depending on what other people do. But that is where the Bloodstone is. That's going to bring us to Falkren.
All right, so looking around...
Yellow has taken some damage.
So we haven't...
But we're also immediately clear of that due to the sacrifice of the ability, correct?
No, as long as there are 2 opponents alive and present at the end of the round, then you have to roll on the mishap. So you need to get rid of 3. Get rid of 2 more.
Why did I expend a point then? Why did I do something from a short rest?
You got rid of 1.
You took care of
one.
Because
you can kill 1 opponent by doing that. Okay.
You took out 1 opponent.
Now it's not taking out the entire threat. It's taking one individual.
One creature can be defeated by using a
Okay, then I would have used 2.
Okay, that's fine. We can go back with that. Since
I misunderstood. I thought that if you used an ability, you got past the challenge.
No, you use abilities.
I was confused.
You can instantly defeat a creature.
A creature.
You have another ability you wish to use on yellow?
No. It's. I'm all done. I'm
okay.
Past my turn. Falkren's turn.
Yeah.
Okay. The power of cuteness compels you.
The power of cuteness compels you. All right. So. Well, fiddly and foldy roll. Oh man, I really want to help my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna flex a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Banishment at the 5th level. And so
Jeez.
I'm gonna go ahead and
5th level. That targets more than 1, right?
2 creatures.
2 creatures.
I need a charisma. I need a charisma save on 2 of those bad boys.
No, you use the spell; it automatically succeeds. There's no
lovely. So
check required.
And they
just disappear in mid rage.
Yeah.
And they're gone. So that's them gone.
Is everyone all right?
I've been better.
So, look at her eyes, and then I'm gonna. Happy. I got better. All right, yeah.
Are you done there, Falcrum?
Yeah. So Falcon's gonna take the rest of her turn to sort of survey the team and see just how bad off is everybody. To my knowledge, I believe Jax is still unconscious.
Jax is still unconscious until someone.
Jax.
As a cleric, you would know that splashing holy water on him would also work. So
But I imagine having done my action, I can't
done with that. Yep.
take a bonus action to
No.
spit some water or like. Okay.
She could take it out and hold it out and be like,
Holy water could do. You want it?
Okay.
You could do it. All right, so the holy
Take it
water
out,
is out for somebody to
stupid
take.
stopper can't get it off.
Zelmira, 'tis your turn.
Okay.
There's
so,
one enemy left. You can choose to defeat him or not. You do not have to in order to keep the Bloodstone safe.
Hit Jax.
And he's at range, is he not?
They're on the thing, so he's actually.
Well, also Zelmira has multiple attacks.
I do have multiple attacks.
What?
So, looking at the map. Okay, cool. So the yellow guy.
Yes, you don't have to defeat him. You have there as long as there's less than 2 standing at the end of the round, you are fine. You will not be rolling on the mishap. So if you want to do something other than attack him, you could.
Like, come up to me and give me a good slap.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. Is that what you do, Zelmira?
Yeah.
With no help at all from Jax. Clearly,
No, actually, I wanted
slap
to.
him.
I wanted to at first. I ran out of room.
All right, so as this bearded devil is slowly falls off, as Silas begins to juke back and forth, he falls and rolls in the dust. No longer a threat to the Bloodstone. You come over and go ahead and make an attack with advantage on Jax.
Sorry.
You don't have to hurt me. You just have to
Crit.
wake me up.
Crit.
You're not going to take any damage. If well,
it's an automatic
take
crit.
a point
So,
of damage.
yeah.
Okay.
You just sort of wake up, whack.
Okay. I rolled an 18 for my first roll.
Does that hit,
And
Jax?
then
Yes, that hits.
All right,
and then a
so-
6 for the other one, so 18.
All right, so she
wanted
comes
to.
up and whack hits you quite hard. You take a point of damage, Jax.
What?
And you are awake.
Sorry.
I'm not asleep, you're
I
asleep.
tried rubbing your feet.
That's gonna bring us back to Typhon.
we just got this fixed. Not going through this. I will make a ramp.
Nice. Fantastic. So,
With wall of
Silas,
force.
you're beginning to contemplate what to do about this huge corpse in front of you. As you're getting closer, it looks maybe like it's some sort of giant, but it's clad in dark black metal that has striations of lava-like fire running over it. And all of a sudden, the Bloodstone begins to lift off the ground as a wall of force ramp created by Typhon is going to take you right over it.
That's
Anything else,
badass.
Typhon?
I don't know it's there yet.
No, you don't.
I will.
Although Typhon casting a spell would be, especially a spell of this level, would be quite intense.
But I'm used to him casting a spell and nothing happening.
Shade.
Would
Zelmira sips her tea.
Typhon think to warn
Yes.
Silas? He's pretty smart.
Absolutely, Yeah. I'll just say I'll tell him to keep going straight. The wall is 20 feet wide and 50 feet long, and we'll take us gradually over.
Do you like make it? Is it like a Dukes of Hazzard ramp? So they catch
It's
air
like a
at the end?
tabletop for those of you who like, the extreme sports. I don't know.
Okay.
Is that what that's called? Like up and then down?
Down.
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's
I
not
think
a
it's
Dukes of
just
Hazzard
called the
ramp.
extreme sports.
And I'm sorry, I have to interrupt these proceedings.
Blanket.
The Maid of Orleans has appeared in the Twitch
Oh,
chat.
hey,
You must all
goodness.
stop and say hello.
Wow!
Hi.
Hello!
We miss you
so much.
Save us.
Even though your character's mean to me.
Even though your
I know
character
it's
has
not
turned
you.
evil and horrible and run away from us, leaving us to die in hell, please come back.
We miss you, Tess. Come home safely.
God, it's like every ex-girlfriend I ever had. Wait, what?
Oh God, that was a little too real.
Oh, D&D, it's fun. So that brings
Rise
us
into
to
drink.
Jax, who awakens.
Has nothing to hit.
There's nothing to hit. Yeah.
You want to do what you did before and hold an action?
Yes, I'm going to hide and hold my action.
Makes sense to me.
31.
Wow, you are very hidden. Rim,
We'll do the D12.
the D12 tis.
I got a 1.
Oh,
Explode.
1.
So nothing happens, right? That's a 1. That's great.
As
Nothing
the
happens.
battle rages, you see flying out, arcing, and you're like, no. A huge meteor falls from the sky, landing right next to where Jax is, and the blast rocks the Bloodstone. I would need everyone to make a. Let me see here.
Rock the bloodstone. Rock the bloodstone.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Silas don't like it.
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Should we? And people have +3s. And some of you are blessed.
Some of I are still blessed. Oh, good. I finally did something good.
Dexterity.
Let's see. I get plus.
I got a 25.
25 is a big ol' save.
I need to know
21.
what Typhon got, though. I really need to know what he
Dirty
got.
20.
30, 20. Oh, look at all the good
Why
saves.
do you need to know what I got? Oh,
you're
for what you're gonna do? Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
because
okay.
you're concentrating.
So I
In
rolled
fact,
a 7.
is Wall of Force concentration?
It is. Yeah.
Yes.
Then protection from
is.
good and evil has dropped.
Yes, it has. Yes, I meant to
Okay.
say that, but that wouldn't have protected you from.
this.
Nothing's happened that would
Nothing's
have
happened,
affected that.
I
so.
actually don't need the protection, but it's okay. I love you for it anyway.
So, everyone who's concentrating on spells, keep in mind that you are doing so. This was a tremendous blast.
So-
It looks to me like Typhon, unless you've got something else to add, there's no way you can make
I've got plenty. So I've got Silas's, right?
Okay.
I've got 10. I've got 2 from cover, and I've got 2
Okay.
from concentrating. So I've got 14.
14.
Right?
Okay.
And does a 14 fail?
It does.
Okay, then I will use my reaction to add 4
To make it
from
18.
arcane deflection to make it an 18.
And 18 does
Does an
succeed.
arcane deflection affect just a rocking? Is it a spell effect or is it?
It's any
Concussion.
any saving
anything?
throw that I fail. If I fail a saving throw, I can add 4 to it as a reaction.
So you're
to
making
try to
yourself
make it
arcane. It
success.
doesn't have to be your deflecting arcane.
18 is a success. However, anything lower than 18 has failed.
Ooh.
Those of you who have
Fell?
failed, please take 22 points of
Oh.
fire damage and
Who
None of
failed?
us then. Who
17
passed?
points of force damage. I believe 17 is actually underneath the Bloodstone's
3 then.
damage threshold. So
Yeah.
the
So do we
Bloodstone
take
does
half if
not
we
take
pass?
any damage.
Do we take half if we pass?
Yes.
Or anything?
Oh, what's the math on that, please?
So 22. What did I say? Fire damage. It's 22, right?
22.
22 points of fire damage, which is 11, and then 17 points of fire damage, which would be 8. Force damage, which would be 8.
Okay. That's still a
So
lot.
don't forget to take half the damage for you, Liz, because of a dexterity saving throw. Then you take half the fire damage again for being a tiefling, but not half the force damage.
Did you foul
Are
then, Liz?
those?
Did Liz foul then?
No, I got a
She
dirty
succeeded.
20.
Oh, you succeeded, so you've got evasion to take nothing.
DM, is that considered one attack?
Yes, that is one meteor coming down, blowing up right in front of you.
Okay, because anyone that takes damage, which is everyone, has to now make a concentration.
That is correct.
The Wall of Force is still there.
Wall of Force intact.
Yay.
Oof. And Bless is intact, 16. If it didn't factor that in. It did not, so 16.
16. You got it. Everybody's
good
with the numbers.
Falcon's not rolled yet, but obviously Ryan's a bit busy.
All right, Falcon, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save throw. Got it. Also, Sean, did I need to roll for the poison from last turn?
You did, so con save, then dexterity save.
All right, con save, and my con save still at advantage, even though it's... All right, love it. So, con save at +3 is 13 plus... no, that's...
You beat it.
Yay!
13 was what you needed to roll.
Hot dog.
So, and then roll a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw. Not at advantage. Wait, what am I getting hit with?
A meteor.
Oh, good. Well then. All right. You space out for a second in this game, and I tell you. Ha! 18.
18 has succeeded. So you take half of 22 points of fire damage and half
11
of 17
and 8.
Points. 11 and 8
right.
is what you take.
11 8.
Points of fire damage and 8 points of force damage.
Now I imagine because I've so with my shield master I can have that, but it's got to be affecting me directly, right? So I imagine a meteor strike doesn't count.
Strike does not.
Are you wielding a shield? Oh yeah, you are. Yeah.
I am. All right.
Shield wielder.
Shield wielder. All right. So that's 11 and 8. You said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely.
Kaboom. All right.
Just quickly, a massive thank you to MCR Music 3 for 300 bits. That's a D6 inspiration, Sean.
All right. Let's see who gets that.
Dear God.
It's going to be Silas or me. Silas, roll, please. I'll just roll again.
Oh, we're nearly activating the hype train as well.
You got a 20, and I got a 3.
Right.
So you get a D6 inspiration thanks to MCR Music.
A D6. Thank you MCR Music.
Thank you very much for your sponsorship, sir. It is now your turn, Silas.
If I use my D6 inspiration automatically, does that pass?
Silas.
Sorry, latency's getting to me. I am going to drive.
Okay. You will automatically the blood zone will automatically move 100 feet regardless of what you do.
But there's nothing to attack.
There is not. If you have.
I'm already concentrating.
Okay.
We've only done one roll this turn. Is that correct?
Correct.
Oh, have we? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Then, for sure, I'll do that. I'll roll.
All right. Rolling a d12. What is coming?
Well, 5, which has already been rolled.
5 has already been rolled.
So we'll go down.
No, I'll go up the next one.
We already went up. We'll go down.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Flying out of the air, actually on their way, moving across, looking down to see you, are 3 bone devils, the skin pulled tight against their frame, each of them holding a wickedly hooked glaive as they fly about 10 feet above you looking down, and 2 of them come flying down. Sorry, 3 of them come flying down to attack you. All. So where did they go?
3 bone devils. Okay.
3 bone devils.
Stuff.
Bone devils. Level 10, guys. Isn't it fun?
Through the sky.
Where are those guys? Where are those guys? There they are. Bloop. Make sure they're the right size. 1.
Meanwhile, we have a hype train running.
Cool.
Thank you very much, guys. Depending on how high it goes, it's depending on how much we can give away. So.
Alrighty. After this turn, I think we're going to take a break and come back and finish up the rest. But they come down and they are going to attack you all on their attack.
I have my held action.
We get at the top. We have so one's going to attack Silas, one's going to attack Typhon, and one is going to attack Falkren. Your attack of your held action, however, does go off.
18.
18 is not a hit.
I expand that by using a side dice for a 26 to hit.
Then that is a hit.
That's an. Does this count for this if I spend something that's a short rest thing, long rest thing?
Yes, it would.
Fury.
Actually. That would actually technically be enough. So you used it. Absolutely. And that, which one would you want to take out? Red or green? Or actually, I'll have you take out the one that's not colored. As it comes flying down, you send up a psychic blade, hits it right in the face, and it flies off, heading back towards the battle.
I don't want to take out the one that's taken out Silas, because that's the one I'm next to as well.
Okay. So that is your held action. So that then brings us to them. One is going after Silas, and one is going after Typhon.
Before they hit Silas, I hit him.
Okay, so the one doesn't hit Silas. Okay.
No. The one that hits Silas stays. Yeah. So when he attacks, I take an attack of opportunity.
All right, just a second here. I see what you're saying.
Ooh.
So the Bloodstone has moved on, going up and over the wall of force created by Typhon.
Is that 2 reactions, though?
So you take your reaction.
I had a held action, so...
So held action, that was your reaction for this round, so you need to...
Held action uses reaction.
Uses your reaction, yeah.
Okay.
So, did you still... So you didn't take out the one attacking Silas?
Well, I've done it now, it's fine. Just leave it as is.
Alright. Silas. It tries to hook you with its polearm, hitting AC 17. And then it tries to sting you with its tail, hitting AC 15. The other one goes...
naturally.
Another one goes after Typhon. Tries to hook you with its polearm, hitting AC 20.
Misses.
Then tries to hit you with its sting, AC 25. That's more like it.
Let's see. I believe I used... Yeah, that was during this turn, so I do not have a reaction to use.
Right, so that does pierce the arcane field, which dissipates. Well, not really, but it does pierce, and the pincer comes in and hits you right in the shoulder. You're going to take 16 points of piercing damage and no poison because you are immune to poison. It's a pity, too. It was a lot of poison.
Ouchies. I've taken a lot of damage this time, guys. I'm hurting.
Alrighty.
Tell us more about your shield type.
And
shame.
I am no longer concentrating.
+3 on that.
But that's okay.
+3 on that.
You've moved it past the bridge.
Oh, actually, I am. Yeah, you're a good point. Thank you.
But you're probably not.
Right.
It protects me, so
Oh,
as
the
long as I'm
concentration.
concentrating, I have... Oh, and I have +2 to the save for being concentrating, too. Forgot. Okay,
All right.
Cool.
So
Nice.
you're good. Falkren,
I don't want to die.
you have some wounded players.
Yes, myself among them.
That draws.
So,
Thank you so much for 1,000 bits. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Amazing.
so I'm going to go ahead and spread the love around and use my Staff of the Broken One to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Very
using
nice.
5 charges of the stave.
Indeed.
All right, so... but
That
I will need to make...
require a con save.
Yes. We'll see if I can. All right, then. So... So, I don't know what that was, but because... Because Roll20 is not to be trusted. All right, so... I rolled a 17 and a 16.
You're good.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, cool. So, Mass Cure Wounds, oh friends of mine. Let's go ahead and put those numbers up on the board. So, casting that bad boy, that's 3d8 plus 12, which gives you all a beefy 29. So that's 6 people.
kind of amazing.
But you see Falkren stand up and brings the staff down, which creates a ringing tone on the bloodstone, which vibrates beneath you. A wave of healing energy washes out over the group, healing you all, and as the wave passes over the Bone Devils, one of them is defeated, as that was a ability that recharges on a short or long rest.
Yeah, the power of friendship.
That's everybody healed then?
Who needs 6? Who needs it? Who needs healing?
That's 6 people healed, so I think that's everybody. Yeah. So everybody take 29.
Oh, that is all, okay. I only need 1.
Well, you got 28 more. All right.
Oh, is that
Did you take any damage from the? You didn't take any damage from any of the area attacks?
Nope.
Even when you were unconscious?
You did do one when I was unconscious.
Okay. That will bring us to Zelmira.
Yes.
You can't
So-
hurt me.
We only have 1 Bone Devil left standing,
That's right.
Okay. And so, like, I could attack it or
You could.
no?
It's not necessary, however.
I'm going to. So I want to... Can I, like, jump? How close is it to me? Is it, like, within hitting range, like, on a
You could get
striking?
to it.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
But use a wrecking ball.
Nah, I want to get
Yes. Oh.
in base. Oh,
Up you
fine.
go. You jump up, and there it is, flying. It swings at you with its glaive. 15 does not hit.
Okay. But I get to roll again.
Yes.
$20.
20 is a hit.
Okay.
Stunning strike. Stunning
then
strike.
And a little, I don't know. I was
don't need
gonna,
to.
but it might be fun.
Because
I
if
was
it's
gonna
not,
do
it's-
flurry of blows.
Either
Either
would
way.
work.
Okay.
Say,
Hmm.
if it's stunned, it can't follow us. So
That's also true. It's a good point. I'll stunning strike.
Right.
And so.
Is that an ability? Short rest?
Yeah, it's.
It is.
It's
Which
an
defeats
ability.
this Bone Devil.
Bye.
It flops and flaps
Bye-bye now.
and
Bye-bye.
falls on the ground as you speed away. Falkren, I neglected to mention, as you cast this spell of Mass Cure Wounds, you wince, worried about the effect it's going to have on your friends beyond healing. But instead of it hurting them, you feel as if a set of talons have dug into your back and just torn it to ribbons. Pain courses through your body. You grit your teeth. You could barely see. So, we have one more round before you are out of this, guys. Do you want to push ahead or do you want to take a break?
Falcon, your god's a loser. Come on.
I could use a break.
A break it is. All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody. So let us finish up our run through the edges of this the Blood War, as we have begun a new round. At the top of the order, we have Typhon. What do you do, Typhon?
So is red enemy still present?
No, red enemy is gone.
Red enemy?
Red enemy.
looks like we
Red
read him
Amy.
is right.
Red Amy.
Red enemy. Okay, in that case, I just roll the d12. It is the thing to do. There's
It is. Coming.
Being attacked.
The
by cat.
number of the rolling shall be 3.
3. Much as the bearded devils did, you see coming up out of out of the dust from either side. Just a large, lumbering group of huge gorilla-like creatures with red skin, red fur on their backs and blue skin on their faces. Just they run right in front of you, not noticing you for the most part. But the last two do stop and look, and they fly, they jump at you to attack, and they will attack. Oh, my mouse is going crazy.
Cowards!
Who gets stuffed? Zelmira gets hit, as does Silas.
Silas or Rim?
We didn't do the.
Yeah, we could do a roll off.
We did that already. I got a D6, as did.
It's a D20.
D20.
Yeah,
oh.
D20.
Yeah, so you've got one already, I think, haven't you? D20.
I have used it.
Oh, I've used it. Okay, so we've got medium. Falcon, have you got a D20?
I do.
You do. Okay, Zelmira, have you got a D20?
No.
No. So you get one, and then it's between Silas, Rim, and Jax.
I've got a D20 and a D6.
Oh, you have one, so it's me then.
It's you.
Thank you very much. That was for the hype train, guys. Thank you very much.
Very cool. Balderaz. And they come and begin to just attack the Bloodstone with great fury and ferociousness. And they are hitting. Roll off. We'll do a roll off here to see between Rim and Silas. Silas gets a 20. Rim gets a 4. So, do you want to win or you want to lose? Silas,
I'll take
your
it.
Choice.
Oh.
I got it. Give it to me.
You got it? All right. So the attacks go on Zelmira and on Silas. The one on Zelmira.
Can I attack the one on Silas?
You have yet to have your turn, so you don't have your reaction back.
That's a new round, though, isn't it? Oh, is that not?
It is.
Yeah, so he hits you first with his fist, hitting AC 10. Hits you with another fist, hitting AC 14, and then tries to bite you, hitting AC 22.
Who is that against?
That's against Zelmira. 9 points of piercing.
Yeah.
And the other one, let's see. It doesn't really make sense for him to cast a spell. He's going to attack Silas. Fist number 1. With a natural 1. Fist number 2, hitting an AC 23. 5 points of bludgeoning.
How much? Sorry?
23.
No. How much damage?
5 points of bludgeoning.
5. And let me do a con save real quick.
Okay.
That's a 28.
You are quite safe from his fist. Bless is still up. The bite comes down, hitting AC 10.
That's it.
And with half cover, indeed, you would be even harder to hit.
Is it 3/4 in there?
He's in the helm. It's half cover. He gets half cover in the helm.
Oh.
I had an 18. It wasn't going to give me a +5 anyway, so it hit
Oh
me
wait,
fair
no,
one
it
time.
is 3/4. It's 3/4 cover.
Yeah.
It's like 3/4 is better than a half, Sean. 3/4 cover in the helm. I hate math with a white
Nice.
passion of 1,000.
$75 is better than 50.
Yes, it is. That I know. Why can I know that and not know other things? Anyway,
You're pretty.
that's Typhon's turn done. Jax.
Okay, because you're pretty.
Can I bonus action hide first?
You may.
Okay, I will do that. For 29.
Feel pretty stealthy.
And I will attack the one that is on Silas as I'm next to him. For an actual 20.
That's a hit. Oh my goodness. Ain't no crit like a rogue crit.
So that's 60 damage.
That is more than half of his HP as falls on the ground and rolls and tumbles in the dust behind you.
And who's the other one near?
The other one is on the other side. He just finished attacking Zelmira.
I will go and stand near Zilmira then.
All right. That brings us to Rim.
All right, we're gonna knock out this last D12.
Alrighty.
And I got a 12.
A 12. No event.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, that's lovely.
Sounds like
we could roll to see if somebody wants to take out this Bargura, but with them only being one up and there being quite a few people left to go, I'm going to say that actually it is important because we need to see if somebody spends a resource.
Yeah.
So this could be done with Rim. Silas?
I'm going to pop out and stab him once or twice.
Okay.
Rolling a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
7 points of flashing magical damage.
Got it.
Rolling a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
And I'm going to crawl back into my hole.
All right.
Sounds so sad.
You are leaving. You are leaving the battle behind, and you see the cloud that you've been following floating ahead. This bizarre jumble of a bunch of madcaps, bones and metal of the infernal machine just sort of swarming around each other. You see that the clacking teeth of Barnabas flying around, and you see serenely sitting in the middle of it, Mad Maggie just sort of moving along, completely impervious to everything that's happening out here. That's going to bring us to Falkren.
That is some sort of wicked witch nonsense right there. But, all right. I'm not mad about it. So, end of the round, we're just, like...
It's done, but I need to see if anybody uses a resource. I mean, you don't need to, so why would you?
I mean, because it's cool, but...
It is. Yeah. That's a good reason to do it.
That's
also.
right. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Can we have a short rest right after it?
Highly unlikely.
All right.
I don't know. Let me check with the DM. Oh wait.
All right. I'm gonna.
You.
Stingy.
I'm gonna pop off a guiding bolt at the.
All right. That of course destroys the Balgra. It doesn't destroy him, but it does knock him off of the. Good God, that's a lot of dice you rolled.
Sure is. For 15 radiant.
Okay.
So,
it knocks him off of the bloodstone. He goes tumbling into the dust after him. And as you come around the other side of this long perimeter that you made, following this speedily moving cloud of gas, you see up ahead a gap in between two large boulders right at the coast of the River Styx. You could smell the horrible fumes of just rot and bile that's coming up from the river as you see the ghostly cloud go into the gap between the two rocks. Silas, you follow and you see that there is a ramp that leads down into a cave, a cavern, and then a long tunnel, and you gradually hear the sounds of battle fade as you descend into a dark, dank passageway. That is the end of that.
Falkren might try to warn us away from the river, but then she doesn't remember that.
Yeah, right. That's the whole idea.
So, as you
mind the gap,
get about, as you get about 300 feet or so under the tunnel, you feel it going steadily down, and the sounds of your infernal machine echo greatly back the way you came. You see the gas in front of you swirl and solidify as once again you see Mad Maggie in her machine, and she coasts to a stop and comes waddling back, puts her hands on her hips and looks down at you all.
You weathered that rather well, I think. First time running the war?
And
fine.
The last. This music.
The price of these loathsome things. 3 soul coins, provided you have enough cred, as the kids call it.
The price of what? Sorry?
I'm very confused. I thought that the escort she was providing was allowing us to bypass.
No. You still have to pay to get through. They'll just agree to let you through, provided you pay with the escort.
Yeah, this was not the price for her. This is the price for the tunnel itself.
You could, of course, attempt to convince them on your own. But then you've already paid for my help by taking out the hell wasps. So it's up to you. I really don't care one way or the other.
Usually a quality escort would cover all costs incurred.
Welcome to hell.
Oh no, this is an Uber.
We found 3 coins in the hell wasp nest. We may as well. Use them.
Excellent. Well, we will need to move a bit slower. Interesting things that inhabit the depths of a furnace. And of course, if you go down too far, well, you might find yourself in a land of disinterested people. So, shall we?
She waddles back to the front and once again, but moving at half speed, continues forward, and you follow her. The air down here smells as foul as the Styx does, and occasionally you see puddles of disturbingly red water glinting in the light from Barnabas's glowing skull, and also any other light sources you choose to have lit. Does anybody choose to have a light source lit?
I'll take a moment and put the cantrip onto my staff of light.
Right, so blazes out in light. So it provides a bit of comfort, but you can't shake the feeling that as oppressive as the environment of Avernus was above ground, underground, you now just feel completely encased in whatever this was, and it is slowly making you feel more and more small and insignificant as you progress deeper and deeper until it finally does level out, and you see long dead arms and limbs sort of hanging out of the walls of just corpses upon corpses that have been buried and then forgotten and then buried and forgotten again as war after war and battle after battle has been fought, and the entire ground of Avernus has just become one massive graveyard. And you see, after about an hour of traveling, strange statue-like structures, arms splayed out like a T, attached to the stone wall at periodic intervals. And as you move through here, you begin to hear just moaning that starts softly at first, but as you move through, it gets louder and louder, and you think it might be coming from the walls and from these structures. You progress on. The moaning gets more and more intense. And you begin to hear almost words of pitiful requests for relief and just cries and wails and moans of despair and pain that gets louder and louder until it's almost like a constant just wail that goes up and down, just moving like a horrible scale, going up and down as these people or things, whatever, in these statue-like things wail, announcing your arrival. And eventually, Mad Maggie comes to a stop, and you see some light up ahead. And she comes waddling back and looks down and says,
"Now, I can provide legitimacy to your claim that you are a warlord of Avernus, if that is what you want."
Have you worked with Bell before?
Oh, no, I'm not going with you all the way to the forge. I'm getting you through the tube.
Asked the Yugoloths, I believe.
Indeed.
Will we be able to maintain this claim?
And we are in possession of we're in possession of the Bloodstone, which was in possession of a former warlord of Avernus.
That would be a very significant step toward officially being a warlord, as if it's written down somewhere. It has more to do with perceptions. Do you wish to be perceived as a warlord of Avernus, Typhonophagus?
Puts a target on our back.
Indeed it does.
Though would also deflect the attention of those I would consider expensive distractions. I kind of look around to the group.
I don't care for that label, but if it buys us legitimacy in this very delicate negotiation, I think it's something to consider.
And how would that go? Typhon, warlord of Avernus, with his crew of priests and paladins and holy warriors, reaving hell. May not work out the way you want, Typhon.
Reaving hell is not my objective, Silas.
Is mine.
Like Zariel before, really? You wish to follow that folly?
A path to victory. A path to free the people of Elturel.
A different thing than reaving Avernus.
It lies between me and saving that city. It shall be razed to the ground.
My. I suppose I should find another place to set up shop.
And how would that affect our relationship, Maggie? For one of us to be considered a warlord. I've seen you treat with others.
Indeed. Very little would change in our relationship, at least on my end, but I do remind you that certain things have changed among us.
And she says, she looks at Falkren, and her mouth opens up in a grin. She said,
"Did you hear the cries of the damned? Not quite dead, not quite alive, encased in stone all along the walls of the tube. Such beautiful cries they made."
Yes.
Does it stir something in you, priestess?
Yes. Pity. I offered my prayers as we drove along.
Well,
She raises an ear, and you can hear the sounds of moaning just continuing, wailing up and down like a siren.
it appears that they went unheard.
And then I suppose I shall have to try harder.
But to answer your question, Typhon, of course, I deal with the Warlord of Avernus. Fort Knucklebone provides a very useful service. Repairs and occasional trade. However, I repeat my warning. Make an alliance with any of them and you will quickly find yourself an enemy of Mad Maggie. Somehow I
missed
don't
the
think
first
that's going to be a problem.
part of what she said. Make an ally with who?
With any other
you
warlord.
make alliances with
Yeah.
other warlords, then you alienate
Yeah.
her.
If
that
they
all want
include
Mickey on
room
our
for
side.
themselves.
Does that include the pretender Smiler?
Well, we will have to see what Smiler does, now won't we? Certainly isn't a warlord yet. Just having a fancy, shiny machine doesn't quite do it. You have to have a crew. He's working
Doesn't-
hard, though.
Right. Judging by the fact that he didn't do so well with his last crew, and I can't imagine.
Indeed. Well, that was the last time all the warlords united. 3 of them, in fact, took him and his vast crew down. Upset the status quo quite a bit. Normally, I enjoy that sort of thing, but this one was just a headache. So, those are the rules, at least as far as I'm concerned. Are you all ready?
Typhon.
Grants us clout with this third party, then yes, I say. I would take the mantle.
And you are set on Omega.
Unless somebody else has something better.
We are the Hell Riders.
That's
How original.
I don't think we can claim that title based on
And a dangerous one to claim down here, I would
the present
imagine.
condition of Elturel. Hell Reavers, Hell Raiders, perhaps.
I don't know, I kinda
now
like
or
Omega.
Never, the time is before you. You lost, they are known by many, and they will be around for a while. This tube, this tunnel, serves a very useful purpose. So, it's unlikely anyone will attack it, and they will say what I wish them to say to those that pass through. Omega, then. Come along now.
She continues to move past the wailing forms on the wall. And she brings you to the center of the tube. If you would be so kind as to put yourselves somewhere on the map here so that you have something to click on. Actually, how about on a place that's actually visible somewhere in here? I will provide your machine. Maggie moves off to the side to let you go first. And she steps out on the front of her machine and looks into the middle towards a tower. And you can see her jaw moving. She's sort of sucking on her teeth and thinking. You would suspect she is having telepathic communication with someone or something. Ahead of you, you see numerous sets of wings behind various barricades, and the entire cavern in here hums with the sound of insect-like sounds on a humongous tube that is rather ominously pointed right at the bloodstone. Sits a emaciated creature that looks like at one point it might have been an ogre, but now it is long dead, strips of flesh rotting off it. It appears to be permanently affixed to a large wheel that is on the top of the pipe. And you can see a larger creature right in front of you that is looking at you all. It looks sort of like a large gargoyle. It has large wings, but even the wings the size they are, you don't think they could possibly lift this huge form. But with one flap, it does. It flies up to the ceiling and grabs onto a stalagmite, looking down at you all. It has huge claws looking down at you, and you see its eyes glowing deep green in the gloom. And after a moment, Maggie looks at you all and says,
"It is done. Give your coins to this creature in front, and they will allow you to pass unmolested."
That's all you, right, Typhon? You're our banker.
Sure. Yep. I will go ahead and give the 3 coins.
This creature comes flying down here. Let me see if I can find its handout. It looks like this. Lands in front of you all. Payment is due. Holds out a humongous hand to you, Typhon.
Okay. I will place the 3 coins.
Coming through. This reminds me, who all currently has in their possession a soul coin?
I think it's
Not
all
Silas.
Typhon.
Falkren.
Oh, Falkren has one.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Falkren.
I can and will. Wisdom saving throw with
Plus
an 18 plus, that's a 27 plus 3, which is 30.
All right, you are fine. And Typhon, do you give these coins any more mind than you would any other coin?
No, I mean, I'm aware what they are, but...
Yeah, but it's a simple transaction.
Yeah.
All right. There is nothing to it. You give the coins away, and the barricades remain in place. And there is space to drive in and amongst them, zigzagging between the two. And as you approach the tower, you see more of these statues that are lining it, sort of as if they were at one point chained to this tower, and then slowly encased in plaster and stone, which then hardened, and the creatures are now stuck inside these permanently affixed statue. And you, as you drive by and you get a good look, you can actually see there are humanoid eyes looking out wide, tears streaming down, and there are holes where the mouth would be as they as you drive by. and looking down at you from a hole in the tower at the very top.
You're welcome to use the tube anytime you wish for a price of 3 cool soul coins. My name is Zikath. Pleasure doing business with you, Omega. Looking down, you see this bizarre fox-like creature. Looks like this.
And it goes a little something like this.
And it goes a little something like this. Doom.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
What does the Akanalath say?
Okay.
We killed one in Strahd.
We did. I was like, he looks familiar, and I wanted
Nearly.
to be his friend.
Got close to the other way.
He's your
those things are
familiar?
strong.
What?
He's my familiar. We're friends.
Yeah, given how much of a pain in the ass this thing was in the Curse of Strahd game, yeah, I don't want to piss this guy off.
You come to the
Neither.
other end, and you see another these pipes sticking out of the wall, and another one of these permanently affixed undead creatures on top of it, holding on to a wheel. Looks like it can be turned to open some sort of sluice or floodgate. And as you drive past it, the creature and you are through.
Thanks.
And Maggie calls out as you go by, "Give my regards to the Pretender!" And you are through and driving underneath the rest of the Styx. After about another hour of travel, you begin to feel smell the scent of brimstone and less of bile that suggests to you that you're coming up to the other end. And the bloodstone crests out, and you all unbelievably breathe a sigh of relief. As horrible as Avernus is, being down there was somehow worse. And you look back across the way you came, and you see the sort of viscous flow of the Styx as it goes by, just sort of like a large mass of slime and gelatin. You could see bits and pieces of flotsam every now and then. Part of a body flows by, and you can look across and see the battle of the Blood War still raging, now many hundreds of feet away. You're well out of danger, as at the moment the battle seems to be confined to the western portion of Avernus, at least as far as it's delineated with this river. However, as you come up on this side, there's a huge blast of sand and rock, as bursting out from his hiding spot is a familiar blue dragon. I knew you'd be coming this way eventually. And my friends, when we return, we will once again fight a blue dragon, as it has lain in ambush for you.
I believe that dragon had a name, correct? That was the Sapphire Tempest, known as Azanth.
That's correct.
Guys,
Well,
Good
spell
memory.
Here's the thing.
Nice to have someone
He
who
was reading it.
We also
How do you spell
leveled
Xanth?
up- We leveled up, and I have another 5th level spell slot.
Oh my
I'm
god!
seeing some spell magic.
Dragon Ball Avernus.
We could just say
Put
you
me
do
in with them. Put me in with
not-
them.
Well, we'll see what the
Wall of Force
we'll see how the
booked it.
initiative rolls down.
So Peter, here's my question: if you can you control where you move Wall of Force?
It can't move once it's established.
Oh man, I was like, if you can Wall of Force that son of a bitch and just throw him into the sticks and then take the Wall of Force down and be like, eat it, like. But yeah,
are you all my friends?
Is it gargantuan or is it huge?
He's huge. You can completely encompass him.
He's huge.
Except the thing is I now have telekinesis too, which means
that's for later.
I could throw him into the sticks potentially. He would have to fail hard because I bet he's strong, but still.
Oh,
we have ways.
We'll see.
We have ways.
Bring out the
Typhon.
big boy spells.